Hi everyone, this is Alloutdoor1 here, just out for a little 2-night stay in my favourite woodlands. Sadly, these woodlands are on the other side of this hill, which is a complete pain, as it just goes on forever. And simply, with this much kit on me, it does make life a little difficult. I mean, I've got about, I'm not sure, about 20-25 kilos. That's not too bad. I have carried more than that before. But basically what I'm intending to do is, over the course of the next few months, is do a series of survival videos. These serve a dual purpose. Primarily is to practice my own skills, and I find if you teach something to somebody, you remember it better, and it's just generally stays in your brain and gives you the physical memory as well. But yeah, these are also a series of instructional videos. Most people will be familiar with the techniques and things I'll be showing you basically. It will be new to some people, but hope it proves to be interesting for everyone involved. Yeah, that's Alloutdoor1 signing out for now. I've got to get back to my hill, so here we go. Right, so as you can see now, we're starting to get into the thicker bit of this forest, which is the direction I want to go in. It is about 45 minutes to an hour's walk from my vehicle. There aren't too many houses around. I don't think, from where I actually set my camp up, I don't think there are any buildings within a good 3 or 4 miles. So you definitely get a sense of tranquility. It's just a really lovely forest. I come here any time of the year and I always enjoy myself. Alright, I'm going to keep going. Just made it to the top of the hill. Phew. Yeah, lots of deer around here. Obviously I can't hunt them, unfortunately. They're a controlled population, privately owned. But yeah, there are a lot of them here. Just on my last camping trip with my girlfriend, yeah, we were just sitting late one night, and at about probably 9 PM it was just about getting dark. Yeah, we just saw a whole line of about 20 to 30 deer just walk past us, and it was quite impressive. They're quite majestic animals, and they move very quietly through the forest, and it was just nice to see. Other wildlife around here, the only thing to worry about is badgers. There are a couple of, I'm not sure what they're called, rabbit dens, I think they're called. There are a couple of dens within about 30-40 meters of where I actually sleep. They've come close, you know, about 15-20 meters away before, just to have a little sniff, see what's going on, but they've never troubled me. They can be quite confrontational, and if they choose to be, then they can give you a nasty bite, without a doubt. But yeah, still going, still a way to go. I'll update you soon. Just thought I'd share this vista with you. It's quite nice, just something to break up all the trees on the way. It's a lovely summer's day, or almost summer. temperature is about 20-22 degrees, which is just slightly too warm to walk comfortably in my opinion. But lots of breaks, lots of stops, stop the sweat, and here we are. Right, back to it. So as I said, this is generally a really nice camping location, wild camping location actually, and it has a couple of drawbacks, one of them being that there is no running water anywhere near here particularly. It's a good 5 or 6 mile walk to the nearest water source, which in my mind isn't practical to do on a daily basis, maybe every 2 or 3 days. But I'm only here for 3 days, so sadly I must carry all my water in. The benefit of this, of the fact that there is no water around here, is that obviously there aren't many mosquitoes. And actually I find, which is strange, there aren't that many biting insects here, midges or gnats. I rarely get bitten when I come here. I have seen the odd tick here and there, but I haven't been bitten by one. I think they're relatively few and far between. I'm not going to worry about them too much. Treatment can always be sought. Yeah, so as I said, there aren't any water sources around here. So therefore I normally don't bring any water purifying equipment. However, this time I've bought my Catadine Mini water filter, so I'm going to give that a test run, because last time I was up here I actually discovered a couple of water sources. I probably am taking my life into my own hands to some extent, as it's stagnant water. There are 2 sources. One looks very murky. They're basically pools in the ground, not more than 7 or 8 meters across, and I'm pretty sure that the deer drink there. I think that's where me and my girlfriend saw them walking to that evening, to the watering hole. And I have seen hoof prints around the watering hole, so I'm probably, as I said, there were 2 watering holes. One of them had vegetation growing in it, which as far as I'm aware, means that the water is slightly cleaner to some degree. And when I say vegetation, I don't mean algae, I mean reeds. There's a reed bed around it essentially, and some water grasses, and it looks a lot more tempting, let's put it that way. So yeah, as I said, maybe I'm taking my life into my own hands, but I will be seeing how effective it is against that water, and hopefully in the future this will mean that I literally can carry a litre or 2 in, rather than carrying 5.5 litres which I have on my back at the moment, which, as anyone knows, weighs 10 times more when you have to carry it. Yeah, other things I'll be doing today, or sorry, not today, over the course of the next few days. Essentially I'll be working on some traps. I'm going to demonstrate how to make 3 traps for hunting small game. We're also going to focus a little on some tree and plant identification. Trees have various uses, obviously, depending on the species, anything from cordage to shelter to food, and also we'll be looking at a few wild edibles. I mean, I'm surrounded, as you can see here, by nettles, which are very nutritious and taste similar to spinach once boiled, and obviously that removes the sting also. Alternatively, nettle tea is also very nice. I like it with the sugar. I've got a sweet tooth. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be looking at over the next few days. I'm just coming up to my campsite, so I'm going to cut the video, and when I'm closer I'll come back to you. As with many forests nowadays, sadly. They're not original woodland, as in some parts of it are grown to harvest the wood for various purposes. I have it from a good source. Let's just say that the divide here, these are the planted trees, the planted forests, and as you can see, I believe this is birch, and what's happened here is when the tree's young, they encourage the various branches to divulge, so you've got many trunks shooting out of the same stem. Now this is done to increase the yield, obviously, and these trees are felled at a relatively young age, and literally on the other side of the path here we have a more kind of ancient woodland. This is actually yew. These are all yew trees. I'd imagine these are at least a couple of 100 years old, and it's makes a much nicer woodland. As you can see here, and further down in that direction, there are a lot of pine trees, and this changes the acidity of the soil, and not only that, but blocks a lot of the sunlight to the soil, so you get kind of a much more kind of a dead space. Whereas over there in the man-made forest, there's a lot more grasses and flowers growing in amongst the trees. So actually, for me, I prefer pine forests, just because it's generally, I'm a bit lazy, and it's generally just easier to find a nice place to set up camp. Obviously, the danger with older trees is that they're more prone to splitting, cracking, and you don't want to end up with a large tree over your head. So it's always important to pick a nice location for your campsite. Sometimes I don't have that luxury, and you just have to set up where you can, you know, if the weather catches you out or something along those lines. But other times, like now, I know where I'm going, and I already have a spot that I use regularly. And here, in fact, are the remnants of a heat reflector stroke firewood pile that I built up last time I was here. If you look through my videos, it's my last camping trip essentially. But yeah, it's still here. So that's handy, which means that I won't have to run around looking for wood, especially for the next few projects. I need quite a lot of wood. And so yes, we have arrived. I've been here for about 45 minutes, an hour now. Set everything up, everything's unpacked. Everyone's seen this one before. This is the Coleman Avior X2 tent. Very quick and simple to set up. Pitches both skins at the same time, or outer skin first. Good one-man tent, just about enough room for quite a lot of gear and yourself. And of course we've got a little bushcraft stall there, or fishing stall, or whatever you want to use it for. Very handy, saves you having to build a chair every time you come out here, although I still have wood from the previous trip out here. Yeah, I've got that for to make anything I choose to. In addition to that, also I have this pile of wood here, which is a wood pile that I made last time I was out here. So yeah, I'm just settling at the moment. It's a lovely day. All I've got planned for this evening is cook some dinner, and yeah, just enjoy the solitude and the sounds of the birds. Yeah, as I said, we'll be doing various things tomorrow and demonstrating various traps, Also, I'm planning to demonstrate the bow drill and identify some trees and plants. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video. Hope you find it useful. As I said, I'm making a series of videos based around survival and survival techniques and general bushcrafting techniques, and yeah, I hope you all find it interesting. My favourite time of day, just coming towards sundown. 9 o'clock now, got about another hour of sunlight left, and just walking off the evening meal, and thought I'd share this sunset with you. Yeah, so as you can see, there's a lot of wildlife around here: badgers, foxes, deer, lots of birds, plenty of bugs. Yeah, so it's quite a diverse environment, and a joy to be in.
Alloutdoor1.